Hey everyone, Bob here, Overland Citrus. Welcome to my channel. So about a week ago, I made a video talking about running your van, how to charge your lithiums. Both the factory and the RV builder that built my 4x4 Sprinter van suggests just start the van. But of course, there's always the discussion of what does that do for your particle filter for your depth fluid. It's not really good to idle all the time. So while I was at my last van event, I met a guy and a storyteller. His name was Mike, and he said, well, I have a high idle kit. And I said, well, that's pretty cool. And then after I posted the video, Jason from Echo Nesters, he's out in Washington or Oregon, he suggested that I look up a high idle kit that Freedom Van Go had for sale in Jacksonville, Florida. I looked it up, and they didn't have any in stock. They had to get it from the supplier, and it was like $1,200. And it looked like the install was not plug and play. So then I kept looking, and I found one from Agile Offroad out of California, and I've always had good luck with them. And I ordered it. It's plug and play, high idle, and the benefit of it, it also is a 5-step tuner with 5 different modes, and it has a security mode that will shut your gas pedal down if you're away from the vehicle. And it's all plug and play. So, and it was $399. So I decided to get one, and it came in, and that's what we're going to do today. And I'm going to apologize right up front that I had some really good video footage. And by far, I'm not a professional video person, and I kind of lost the footage accidentally. So I'm going to take you through how we installed it. Unfortunately, I don't have the actual install anymore. Like I said, I lost the footage. But it's about 15 minutes to install it. It's very easy. And it also has a little, like a puck remote, and it has an app for your phone. So come on with me, and I'll take you through that. The controller and tuner is called a I/O tuner by I/O Pedal. It's made in Germany, and this is the instruction sheet. It's 5 steps to install it, but actually the one that I installed has the high idle, so there's actually 6 steps, but they don't tell you that. The instructions were not the best, but I did watch a video from Agile Offroad, and they saved the day. And then it was a matter of a couple minutes after that I figured out what the problem was. Okay, so here it is. It's just a module. It plugs in. You unplug, I hope you guys can see it. You unplug your factory wire from your gas pedal. You plug in the wire from this module, and plug the original Mercedes plug into the wire module. And that's about it. Okay, so on Mercedes, they have a rubber plug in the dash firewall, and I just pulled that plug out, and that's how I brought a few wires in, and I just took that out and brought the wire right here from the iTuner, and then I just ran it along the top of the motor with some wire ties. And then what it does is it has to get plugged into your cam sensor, which is under this black plate. So there's a little bolt here on the side of the oil cap. You have to take that one little bolt out, it's a little star bolt, and then just twist your whole oil neck fill spout. It'll come right out. And then this is just popped in. You just yank on it, and it'll pop right up. And what I did is I disconnected this large air hose from the top, and it's very flexible, so I just pushed it over there, and then I just reached in, unclipped it. So you unclip your cam sensor, it's right around here under this black plastic plate. You plug in the module wire, and then plug in the Mercedes cam sensor wire to the module plug, and that's it. You shut the hood and you're ready to go. That's how fast that happens. Okay, so this is the little control puck. You can take it off, and you can control the module with this. And this is where I put it. It just seemed like a good spot. And if someone's thinking, why didn't I center it? Well, because you actually have to lift it up So if I would have centered this, which it would have looked a lot better, I wouldn't have been able to get the puck out to use it or change the battery. It would hit the top of the dash. But I'm going to open the app up now, and I'm going to show you how it works and how easy it is to go. So this is the app. It's the iPedal app, and it's got off, traffic, eco, and sport mode, and each mode has 4 program modes within it. I've tried a lot of them. I find sport on number 1 is really good, and you can use it on the fly while you're driving down the road. You can change it, and I have done that to see what happens and how it works. And then it's got security. If you turn that on and you shut your van off, next time you come out and start your van, you'll have no gas pedal. So that's pretty cool. And then it's got a valet with 4 modes, so that if you don't want anybody to drive it crazy or anything like that, you can control it. Now, really why I bought this is for the high idle. So you press and hold high idle, and this will come up, and you can adjust your RPMs and your time that you want it to run. I just got it at 1200 right now and 1 minute, and then you just press start, and you're going to see that it's running. And I'm going to show you guys the tachometer. As you can see, the idle is up at 1200. It's going to run at 1200 or 1700 or whatever I put it for the time allotted. So that works pretty good. And what that's going to do is that's going to allow you to run your van, say, every morning when you get up, if your lithium's dead from running your AC, without clogging the filter. I'd probably run it at about 1700 RPMs, and it will charge really fast if you have a second alternator. Now remember, this only works if you have a second alternator, and I have a 190 amp second alternator or a generator, whatever they want to call it. So it works really great. If anybody wants to get one, they're at Agile Offroad. Remember, the instruction sheet does not tell you anything about how to install the high idle, but if you go on YouTube and look up Agile Offroad with this high idle, he's got a video, and it's a pretty good video. It doesn't go into too much detail, but if you're a little handy, you could put this in 15 minutes. And if anybody gets one and they're having a problem, you can private message me. I'll give you my phone number. We can chat on the phone or by email, and I can walk you through it. And trust me, within 15 minutes, you'll have it all done. It's very, very, very simple. And what a great product. I've only had it a couple days, but I'm enjoying it. The sport mode is very responsive. And the high idle thing is great. It's so cool to have a high idle. All right, so if you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll be sure to answer them. Okay, so the other thing we did, folks, is I had a light bar up there, as everybody remembers, black. The ring around it is black. It's the same as my ditch lights, same style and everything, but it was black. So my ditch lights are red, and my off-road driving lights are red. And with that black, I never really cared for it, so we took it down yesterday. And unfortunately, that footage of taking it down got lost with the footage of the actual install of the pedal controller. But we'll hopefully not lose any footage of putting it back on. So this is the light bar, and on here it had 2 strips that went down, and 1 on each side, with about 10,000 screws. So me and Tammy sat in here and we took every one of those screws out and got the pieces off. So then I bought some red primer. Actually looks brown, but if anybody's ever used it, you know it's the red primer. And some red rattle can. They're both rattle can Rust-Oleum paints. And we sanded it down a little bit, cleaned it up with some alcohol, and I'll take you outside and come on for a little walk, and I'll show you what we're doing. So I got them outside here on my barrel on a piece of cardboard, and we primed them up last night and they were dry. So this morning we put our first coat of red paint on them. Probably going to put like 2 coats of red paint, and then we're going to maybe put 1 or 2 coats of clear and put it back together, and that should really look good. It's a little bit of work, but we're getting it done. And the other thing, sorry about that little dock spell there coming from outside, is when they built the van, they put that light bar up without any kind of waterproof plug. There's no plug. So we cut the wire, obviously, and we're going to use some solderless connectors. I was going to put a waterproof plug on it, but I'm probably never going to take that light bar down again. So we just bought some solderless connectors. And, well, they have solder connectors, actually. And you put a wire in each side and you heat it up with a heat gun. And voila. So we'll take you through all of that. And that's another little modification change we're doing to the van. Okay, so all the pieces dried, and now we're putting it on. As you can see here, this rail, it's got about, well, I think I counted them yesterday, 20 Allen, stainless Allen screws on each side. And then it's got these two little end caps that go on. But this is going to look really, really badass when we get it up on the roof tomorrow and trimmed out in red with the rest of the lights. So we're going to continually put the screws in. I don't want to bore anybody with that, but we got about 45 screws to put in, and we're working at it a little bit at a time. So this is definitely it. It's all back together. Got all 44 screws back in, stainless, and it's going to look really good. It's going to match the rest of the lights. And I got two there's solder-filled shrink wrap Y connectors. And then I have a piece of shrink wrap material that I'm going to put over that whole entire thing and shrink wrap it all, and it'll be waterproof, soldered, and we won't have any problems with the connection. So that's going to be tomorrow's project, folks. I think we did enough for today, so we're going to call it a day. On top of this project today, we did put a new bumper on our F-250 Super Duty. I've had the bumper for a year, actually. So as a joke, Tammy had a smash in the bumper. So last year for Valentine's Day, I bought her a new complete bumper. And we just got busy and we never got to change the bumper out for a whole entire year. So I said to her, well, listen, I forgot to tell you that the bumper was last year's gift and the install is this year's gift. So today we both got together. It took us about 6 hours because she has backup sensors in her bumper and everything on the F-250. Excuse me, I had an itch. And we got it all in. Looks great. Bump is on. Everything went pretty smooth, and she's happy. We got the new bumper installed, but I'm just kidding about the gift. But she said, that's fine. I'll take that as this year's Valentine's gift, the install. But we work together. Tammy knows a lot about tools. She laid right under there with me. She worked right alongside. She got just as dirty as I did. And we work together. I mean, she can go and get a socket and a 9/16. She knows a 1/2 inch, 3/8, 1/4 inch drive. She knows a lot about tools. She's changed exhaust sensors with me. She can use a code reader. She's a very, very useful individual. I know that some women don't want to do that or are not into it, but she's a gun-ho and right into it, and she helps me 100%. So tomorrow we'll finish this light bar install. I think for tonight we're going to go sit poolside, have a beer, maybe a shot of tequila, and just relax. And remember, next week we'll be in Dade City, Florida at Peace, Love, and Vans. And again, it's my birthday that weekend. And Tammy is coming with me, so hopefully she gets to meet some of my overlanding adventure van friends at the same time. So we'll be back, and we'll catch up with you in the morning. Everybody have a good night. Hey everyone, so we're up on the van. We're tightening up the bolts. I don't know if you can see that. Bolt right here is what we're tightening. We already did the other side, which was a nightmare. And now we're going to tighten that up. One more quarter turn ought to do it. And then we're going to take this wire and cut it and put it into these splicer ends with some shrink wrap. And we're going to be golden, going to be a done deal. Okay, so we shrunk wrap them. There's solderless connectors. We got them heated up with a heat gun. And then we're going to put the shrink wrap over it and shrink wrap them. But we're just going to check the lights to make sure that they are working before we do that. So Tammy's getting the keys to the van, and that's the next step we're going to check. Okay, so we got this all shrunk right up. Everything works. Tammy tested the van, and we're back up and running. So let's go take a look at the front and see how it looks. Okay, so here we go. We got the red driving lights, and yes, if you can see, we did nickname the van the Rattle Trap. And then we got the ditch lights side to side that are red. And then now we got the roof light that is red. We're going to zoom in on it. And then we got the side lights red. So I think we overall really looking good now. Everything matches. Was a little bit of an ordeal to do, but it looks pretty good. So everybody, that's the video. Again, I apologize. We're missing some footage, but we had some technical difficulties. But we worked them out and still managed to pull a video out of this mess up. And we got it done. So we did a few upgrades on the van. We did an upgrade on Tammy's truck with a bumper, which we didn't video because we didn't think you guys would be into that stuff. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, press the subscribe button. Press the little bell and it will notify you when we got a new video up. And next week, like I said a few times, we will be at Peace, Love, and Vans in Dade City, Florida. So that's what kind of video we're going to get coming. I'm sorry I had an itch at you next week. So until then, enjoy your week. As I always say, camp safe, drive safe, and peace out.